Okay. Welcome back to Auction Maverick. Today is going to be day 4, the most exciting day of my week. It's kind of the culmination of all the hard work of Wednesday and Thursday, but also Monday and Tuesday, making sure that we're keeping tabs on all the cars that are rolling into the auction. So if you watched the first 3 episodes, you've seen the preparation. Now it's Friday. This is where everything you've done all week pays off or it costs you money. I usually wake up around 7:30 in the morning. I grab breakfast. I head to auction. The doors might not officially open at Odessa until around 8 a.m., but my goal is always the same. Be one of the first people there. Okay, why? Because it's your last chance to verify everything before anyone could have messed with anything. Now remember, you should probably be the last one to leave the auction the day before. So you should kind of be able to see who's been around what cars and whatnot, just kind of as you're test driving cars. This morning, I will cold start the vehicles that I test drove the day before, but never heard on a true cold start. I'll crawl underneath them again. I'll check the normal rust areas for structure, leaks, fresh repairs, or anything that doesn't feel right. At this point, I'm not trying to convince myself to buy a car. I'm trying to convince myself not to buy it. One of the biggest lessons I learned is this. If your instincts are even slightly telling you something is wrong on a car, if you have a proxy bid, pull that thing, okay? Because you may not understand what your instincts are trying to tell you, but the main thing is that they're telling you that, hey, there is something that we missed here. There's something that we're trying to tell you, even if you don't understand it. Just pull your proxy bid and maybe just don't even buy the car at all. This is a really, really good rule to follow, because once you start really, really working hard, your body will really, really start to get dialed in to what you're trying to do. I know it might sound weird, but I've also seen the ugly side of the auction business. So during the mornings, people will most likely unplug components, hide keys, or do things they never should have done in an attempt to gain an advantage or keep a vehicle from running through the lane. Most of the time, that catches up to them. The auction takes those things seriously, and getting banned isn't worth trying to steal one deal. So the auction starts in Odessa, Chicago at 9:30 a.m. And once it starts, you need to be in your own zone, in your own world. Your homework should already be finished. Your values should already be established, because there isn't time to think everything through once the cars are selling every few seconds. Another thing I learned is understanding the pace of the auction. Some lanes move incredibly fast. If Shane Ratliff or Abby Schmid is running the Tesla lane, you better be able to recognize that. Because if you're not paying attention, you'll miss opportunities before they even realize they happen. Tesla might run 3 cars in the time that lane D, ran by Lance Schmid, excellent guy, excellent auctioneer, may run 1, okay? Here's another observation. Cars at the beginning of the auction will bring stronger money, okay? Everyone is excited. Everyone has a full budget. Everyone wants to buy. That's why I made a rule for myself. If the bidding goes above the number I established as my absolute max before the auction started, I don't buy it. I don't care how nice it is. I don't care how much I like it. Emotion is expensive in this business. Discipline takes money. Ironically, some of my best purchases happen late in the day. By then, many buyers had left the Tesla lane, particularly, and the D lane for Patrick Cadillac, or the C lane for Fields Volvo, and sometimes the B lane for Rivian, okay? So sometimes the best opportunities showed up when the competition was heading home. Once the auction is over, though, you've won your vehicles, the work isn't finished. Every car goes into the sold lot, okay? You have to think about your transporters, okay? These auction lots are really big. And in reality, if they have any skin in the game or any time in the game, they're going to know where is where if they know where a car is to begin with. But if you just put them right by the gate, it makes it a lot easier. They have a much better morale when they show up with your cars. So The first thing I do once I get the cars into the sold lot is I take pictures of how many keys came with the vehicle, and then I will cross-reference that with the listing in the auction. Then I take pictures of the rear cargo area where the floor mats and accessories are stored. Why? Because things happen, okay? Keys disappear, floor mats disappear, photos eliminate arguments later. Finally, it's time for the 4-hour drive back home to Cedar Rapids. But before I leave, grab a Jimmy John sandwich just like normal. Stop for gas about 45 minutes outside of Chicago just to get a better deal on gas. Most people think the week is over. Not for me. Before long, I'm already looking at the inventory for next week at Milwaukee. And believe it or not, later in the day on Fridays, Odessa will show a good amount of their projected inventory for the following week if it is already there. Building another core list. All right, so if you watched all 4 of these episodes, I just want to say thank you very much. I do expect to stay in the automotive game, just can't reveal in what capacity yet. So thanks for tuning in. If you really enjoy this content, please subscribe, please comment. Let me know of anything that I'm doing wrong. Let me know of anything I could be doing better. It's definitely much appreciated. So, all right, guys, thanks again for tuning in for this series of a day in the life of what it is to be a professional auto auction buyer. Auto Auction Maverick out.